It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back as we continue our Health Tuesday. Here's a question. Did you know that the human brain is an energy-intensive organ? It uses around 20% of the body's calories. That's incredible. So the brain also requires certain nutrients to stay in an optimal cognitive condition. In studio to educate us about brain food and how we can keep our little ones, especially their brains, in excellent running condition, we have Kath Megaw, a clinical dietitian with a special interest in pediatrics. Welcome, Kath. And we love your special interest in pediatrics because our special interest in our children gets answered. So thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. So let's start off first by answering the question of whether there is such a thing as brain food, because food in general contributes calories to your body, which it then uses as energy. So is there a specific category of food that is aligned to brain power?
Brain fuel.
I think there's two things with the brain. Number one is the fuel. So just like the other organs in our body, our brain is an organ and it requires an intense amount of fuel. It loves to live off glucose, which comes through the breakdown of a lot of our foods. And then there are other foods that contribute to the functioning, so it optimizes the functioning of the brain. Those are more your antioxidants. Those are your special fats, like your omega-3 oils. And so that's the difference with the other organs of the body, is that the brain loves to be surrounded in fatty substance. And that allows those connections to be really efficient.
Those synapses.
Yeah.
How can what I eat play a direct role in the function of my brain? I'm just keep thinking of like getting hangry. Is that something that happens in the brain or does it happen in the gut? How does what I eat affect my brain? I
think the important thing, and as you said, we're all connected. So if our blood sugar drops, I mean, as you know, you get a bit short, you get a bit short-tempered, you might get a bit moody. You can see it so obvious in children. They're not quite connecting that feeling of low blood sugar with hunger. And so they start to, if they're toddlers, they might whine more, they might throw a tantrum, and often just a bit of food sorts it out. And again, that's that connection. The brain is needing that food to just kind of get back into an even flow. So it has a direct impact, and we know there's a lot of good research showing the impact of omega-3s with regards to concentration and like ADD, ADHD.
Yeah. Let's expand a little bit on that, especially with your expertise in the health of our children, and talk about the really important foods that children need to be eating in order to allow them to develop optimally, and once fully developed, to continue to function at that optimal level.
Well, there are three key things to remember. Firstly, maintain an even blood sugar. So they need to eat regular meals throughout the day. It doesn't have to be huge meals, but regular, small, healthy meals throughout the day, including your snacks. And then the second thing they need good brain antioxidants, and those come through fruits and vegetables, so your berries. And it's interesting, even fatty eaters, berries tend to be able to be incorporated in some way, and seems to be a food that even your fatty eaters will tend to gravitate to in the fruit environment. And then the other thing is the oiling of your brain, and that's your omega-3s and your fats that come through your fatty fish. If you're not eating so much fatty fish, you can get it through nuts and seeds as well.
And supplementation.
Yeah, if you're struggling to incorporate those foods, supplementation of omega-3 can be very useful.
You talk about maintaining those glucose levels. I assume then that you want to avoid a spike in sugars and those sorts of things. What foods should I avoid for optimal brain function?
So the foods that are going to cause spikes is your refined sugar foods. So your refined sugars per se, your sweets, obviously, your carbs that are refined, so cakes and pastries and things like that. Doesn't mean you can never have them, but they need to be kept to those special occasions.
For parties, man. For everyone's parties. That's
and it's important because the breakfast, and also eating will also, you know, assist, so regularly eating. So breakfast is a very important meal because by the time they get to school and they're needing to use this brain power, their brain's running on empty. And so we need to ensure that they are well fueled for their day.
Now, with the modern age of kind of, you know, advanced planning and parents planning ahead of time, what foods would you advise a mom to eat, or a mom-to-be to eat, in order to help the little baby develop as far as possible during pregnancy?
Oh, that's a brilliant question. I think it's something often missed, is that especially in your third trimester of pregnancy, your baby's brain connections are really, the synapses are really taken into effect. And omega-3 requirements for that brain is super high.
You have to supplement.
Yes,
that, yeah.
so you find that in that third trimester and the first trimester outside the womb.
The fourth one.
The fourth one,
yeah.
is the omega-3 requirements are really important. So fats are so important for moms to eat. And I think we've really done a disservice over the years by being so low fat to fat-free that moms have gone into many a pregnancy fat-free. And so the intake of your omega-3s has been dramatically low. Wow. And we've seen an effect in our society of children with higher issues with regards to concentration, etc.
By eating a lot of fish, can a pregnant woman grow the size of her baby's brain? That's what I want to know.
Well, she can definitely enhance the synapses. Protein plays a very important role as well. Very, very important. Because protein also stabilizes blood sugar as well and kind of lowers the GI of your carbohydrate foods. And so, again, comes back to a good, well-balanced diet where you've got your unrefined carbohydrates, your high protein and your good fats that need to be part of your diet.
Wow, Kath.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think we've all certainly learned quite a lot about eating for your brain's health. It's right there. We're going to feast on that very shortly. But of course, remember that being well starts with eating well, and Woolworths is here to make sure that you have what you need for you and your family to get the best nutrition to keep you strong and healthy, both body and mind.